Welcome to Year 5/6's curriculum meeting. Normally we would have loved to have had you in the hall, but due to COVID, we are trying new ways and means of communicating with you. So I'll introduce you to Mrs. Rodriguez, Mrs.
Hello.
Brown,
Hi.
Mrs. Tollerby,
Hi.
and Mrs. Hogg.
Hi.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Over to you.
Okay, so we are going to go through different bits and pieces for you this afternoon about what we're going to be looking at in Year 5 and Year 6 this year. So I'm going to start with a little bit about maths, about French, and also about homework, which is slightly different for Year 5 and Year 6. We're trying something new. So first of all, with maths in both Year 5 and Year 6, our curriculum is what you would expect it to be. We are looking at the 4 different methods of calculation, making sure that we're secure in our written methods and making sure that we're able to use number facts to support us in our calculations. It's really, really important that your children are secure on their times table facts, because no matter which area of maths we are doing, times tables play such a huge part in that learning. So if they don't know all their times tables up to 12 times 12 as rapid recall, please have a practice at home for us. It makes it so much easier. We are also looking a lot at problem solving this year, so not only able to use the operations, but making sure we can extract the information and knowing which different technique we're going to use. We say that we're looking for hidden information because they've never got to guess an answer, they've just got to find where it's muddled up in that problem to get to it. Of course, we're going to do the usual things as well, like shape and space and data, and then making sure, again, in terms of problem solving, that all works really well. Our French curriculum, we are learning some of the basics in French. We are making sure that by the time children go off to secondary school for Year 7, that they're able to do some of the things that will give them a good start when they get there. So we're going to be focusing on things such as colours, animals, numbers, being able to say hello and goodbye, greetings, and perhaps some classroom routines as well to see if children can answer the register in French, stand up and sit down when they need to, and following those kind of instructions. We'll be doing it through different songs that we found and through games as well to make it really exciting. Now the big change we're trying to do this year is homework, because we're trying to do this with a bit of an online homework. So your children have access to something called Google Classrooms. They will all have their passwords already and have had access to it in the computer lessons. So they should by now be secure in logging on. Homework is going to be set on there, and where possible, we're going to ask children to submit their answers via the computer as well. We will put on Google Sheets, or we'll put on a Word document, and then there's a button in the top right-hand corner that says Turn In. We then get an email saying homework has been submitted, and we can comment on it, and children can see just how fabulously they have done. If you would still rather a paper copy of homework, then please let us know. We are more than happy to do that. And also, if you're having any problems with it, again, just give us a shout, because we're all on a steep learning curve here with this. We're being brave and giving it a go, and hopefully within a couple of weeks we have nailed it and know exactly what we're doing. So that's me for maths, maths, homework, and for French, and Mrs. Brown.
Okay, our topic for this term is Blue Planet. So we're looking at all things geographical. We're looking at environmental issues such as global warming, climate change, and how that's affecting the Earth. Already we started looking at layers of the Earth, layers of the ocean, how volcanoes are formed, how earthquakes are formed, and really focusing on lots of aspects of what we call physical geography. And that actually ties in really nicely with science as well. Our science topic for this, the first half term, is Earth and Space, looking at where we are in our solar system, looking at day and night, phases of the moon, orbit of the sun, how shadows are formed. And after half term, we're then moving on to properties of materials, so melting and freezing, and also linking to the notion of global warming. Everything sort of ties together really nicely, and there's lots of lessons that kind of intertwine across those topics. And also that filters in really nicely with our English curriculum in the first half term, which Mrs. Hogg is going to talk more about.
Okay, moving swiftly on to English. I'm going to split English into handwriting, spellings, writing and reading, just briefly. So let's start with handwriting. So at the moment, the children are currently doing daily handwriting lessons in class, and we're teaching them to do cursive joining. And that's encouraged in everything they do after that, in all of their lessons. Moving on to spellings, they're taught spelling rules in three lessons every week. And also during daily handwriting sessions, we're also practicing our spellings and sentences and putting it all into context in that as well. So they're getting a double whammy of spellings to catch up on. In terms of writing, every half term, we're teaching the children to write in a variety of different text types in fiction writing, non-fiction, and also different types of poetry as well. And also we're mainly encouraging them to write longer pieces of text. So we are developing their stamina for writing, and that's a big thing for year 5 and 6, getting them to write a good substantial piece of writing 3 times every half term. In terms of reading, the children do daily reading sessions in class when they come in every morning, and it's expected that at home they do 15 minutes of at least 15 minutes of reading at home to parents or older siblings or relatives at home. They have a reading record, and they're encouraged to read at least 3 times with an adult or someone at home. And if they do that, they get the parents to sign it, bring it in, and they get a raffle ticket. And the raffle ticket goes towards a prize at the end of the half term. So we're trying to encourage them to read more at home. We also do daily comprehension lessons, which are really important for their reading. And so when they are reading to you at home, it's nice if you encourage that comprehension by asking them questions about what they're reading, so that will develop that as well. And I'm going to now go on to PE. So that was English, now on to PE. So so class 5 and class 5-6 have 2 PE lessons on a Tuesday afternoon. Year 6 have their PE lesson on a Friday afternoon. The children on those days are expected to come wearing their PE kits, which are a white or light blue t-shirt, plain t-shirt, and navy blue shorts in the warmer months. And for outdoor PE, in the winter, children should wear black or navy jogging bottoms or leggings and a sweatshirt of a similar colour. Trainers need to be worn as well during that time. We have to say that there's absolutely no jewellery allowed during PE lessons. No earrings, no studs of any type, and no necklaces and no bracelets. So if you can please make sure that they're not coming to school with that jewellery, and then it will be safer at home as well.
Just on that note, Mrs. Hogg, it's really important that they're not wearing jewellery apart from stud earrings the rest of the week as well. They can obviously wear a watch, but I have seen a few necklaces and bracelets sneaking in. So please don't let them wear them to school.
Ms. Rodriguez is going to talk about... Yeah.
I was waiting for the introduction. Okay, so if we're going to talk about RE, we are looking at the moment, Christianity is our focus subject. And we are looking at the creation story, but we're looking at it from a very different point of view. We're seeing if we can tie it in with scientists and digging a lot deeper into the story that obviously they know and they've learned through the years, but it's looking at it from a different point of view, seeing if it does tie in with science. Can these two ideas ever marry together? So there's a lot of heated discussions going on, which we encourage because it's a new way to explore religion. I forgot what I was saying. We will be doing that, I think, for at least the next 6 weeks. It is taking some time because there's some really meaty bits that when we're looking at this, we're looking at Psalms, we're really going quite in depth with it. So that's what we'll be doing in RE at the moment. And then with regard to our PSHE, we are doing this weekly. This is an hour's weekly lesson that we're doing, and at the moment we are focusing on our healthy selves. That's a whole school focus that we're doing. In year 5 and 6 it leads more down the path of our mental health, and that does involve us looking at social media and how that can impact us, Again, this is a lot of discussion, but the children, it's a place where their voices need to be heard. The good thing about our PSHE curriculum is the work that they're producing. They're producing amazing work because they're really sharing their own views, and it's talking about themselves. We're focusing on our emotions, and we're really digging deeper into that. And also it is quite a fluid subject. So Ms Wilcox has said if there's something we need to focus on for the children, then we can focus on that. And that's the beauty of our PSHE curriculum. I think I'm done.
Yeah. Ladies, anything else?
Just a quick note about snacks. Obviously at playtime, children are still encouraged to bring a snack in for playtime. Please make sure that it's healthy as possible, and no nuts. We've been having some conversations with the children about sensible choices. So if snacks could be provided, that would be fabulous. And PE equipment, each phase now has their own set of PE equipment, break time equipment that the children are now taking responsibility for and looking after for. So we're keeping an eye on that and just encouraging children to take responsibility for what they're using, putting it away and looking after it as much as they can at all times.
Thank you. Just while we're on that note, the children should be having a pencil case kept in class. That shouldn't be going home. It shouldn't be very big either. It should be small enough to fit in their trays. And the children really don't need, especially in 5 and 6, big bags. They have a locker which should be able to fit all their stuff in. We're obviously trying to keep the school as streamlined as possible because we're cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. I'd just like to have a quick word. You know, during the pandemic, things got quite tough for some children, whether they were stuck at home too much on, whether they were on electronic equipment too much. But some of the children have struggled with their behaviour and their manners and their anger since they've coming back, especially in year 5s and 6s, in the older year groups. Our behaviour strategies haven't changed. We are very consistent with our expectations, and we will not tolerate children pushing, shoving, being rude, and absolutely will not tolerate spitting due to the pandemic, which it's disgusting anyway, but let alone during a pandemic. I would really appreciate your support on this. Some of your children are struggling with their respect levels, especially to other members of the staff at lunchtime, and actually they've forgotten how to follow the rules. We're trying very hard to do lots of positive reinforcement, hence with the raffle tickets and the double golds and treats, but we will start to have conversations and meetings with parents where we need your support, because we are worried about our children's mental health after the pandemic, and it's our job as their adults in their life to make sure that we're supporting them in that sense, and we really would appreciate your support too. If you have any questions about what the ladies have said, you can always grab myself or Mrs. Rodriguez on the gate, or phone the school, or drop us an email. We might not see you as much now, but we still want to work together to make sure your children get the best education. So thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.